तो चेन कहाँ खत्म होगी जाकर? The crux, however, lies in overcoming the fear that arises out of uncertainty, and the solution lies in taking the plunge nevertheless, provided you develop the courage of conviction and maintain no skeletons in the cupboard. There should be no skeletons in the cupboard. Your own internal fears constrain you from acting in a manner that the majority generally does not approve of. We look for approval. Approval of the majority. Jayaka look And many of these internal fears are generated out of the weaknesses that one acquired by committing acts that are unethical or wrong. आप unethical or wrong acts करेंगे तो आपके अंदर fears जमा होते जाएंगे. And there is real value headwind when the time comes. If one has committed no wrong, is committed and passionate about work, knows his work and sphere of influence, and has developed the courage to walk onto uncharted territory, why should fear bind him? As Tagore said, where the head is held high, and the mind is without fear. Let us all create a word of these lines. A fleet of sheep led by a tiger is far more stronger than a fleet of tigers led by a sheep. Be a tiger. One should be fearless both against physical as well as social harm. That courage is a function more of the mind than physical prowess needs realization. You are all young, bubbling with enthusiasm and armed with the management techniques imparted to you by this great institution. Aspire to be great managers, but at the same time dream to be inspirational leaders. We require leaders at various levels. Even the various levels of management, we require leadership. You should face successes and failures during the course of your life. Let failures not dampen your skills and successes not go into your head. Accept both with tranquility, for you shall soon realize in the overall scheme of things, what really matters is whether you have put in your best and how you treat other human beings whom you come in contact with, especially those who are weaker compared to you. Everything else is secondary. And one thing is certain, the bigger the ego, the lower is the performance. जितनी बड़ी ego बनाओगे उतनी lower performance होगी. Unfortunately, most of us have big egos spurred by the wealth we have or the power and influence we flaunt. Ego invariably emerges as the underlying reason behind the collapse of individuals as well as organizations. Many of us confuse an ego with taking a stand, whereas both of them are poles of that. Take a stand for what is right, for what your conscience tells you is right. But again, you can't be taking a stand always for every issue under the sun. And once you take a stand, better do not buckle. What is leadership? You just spoken about leadership. Leadership is the art of doing things, of achieving things that often the science of management says is impossible. Science of management talks about 8% growth, 10% growth, 12% growth. Leadership will talk about 40% growth, 30% growth. Leadership will talk about turnarounds, changing cities, changing the nation, changing the society around you. Remember that the purpose in life cannot be merely to live and survive. That is in animals too. We are all here for a bigger purpose of making a perceptible difference in the lives of people at large. Lives of people at large, other than our own and kin. We all have to emerge as change leaders who make changes for the better wherever we live and work. The need therefore is to rise above the normal cliches, the jargons, and focus on achieving perceptible delivery, physical delivery which can be seen. We should not lose sight of the fact that wherever we work, either in the manufacturing sector or the service sector, wherever, you don't need to have a big post, a big profile. Wherever work, we can make a positive contribution to the economy, thereby benefiting people at large. The focus therefore has to be on making as big a contribution as possible in this brief existence of ours on planet Earth, and this is possible primarily by harnessing the best of the people and our sphere of influence. Therein lies the crux. Therein lies the crux. If I am asked to rate the top 3 ingredients that make a difference in organizations and can propel a dead organization to a top-notch organization, my answer would be answer number 1 is HR, human resource. Number 2 is human resource, and number 3 is human resource. Everything is the second. You must have heard about the 3 M's. Men, material, money. The men part is the most important of the 3 M's. Get the best out of your men merely by doing unto them what you expect your superiors to do unto you. It's as simple as that. Treat human beings like human beings and not merely as use and discard materials. Every human being is important. Even the pew who sits outside my room, he is important. Even the darban who is standing outside the institute, he is important. All of us play a role on this planet. And nobody's role is more important than other person's role. एक दिन मैंने अपनी फिर मैं एरिया जन के मैंने अपने प्यून को बुलाया, मैंने बोला तू भी सरकार का नौकर, मैं भी सरकार का, तेरा कुछ रोल है कमरे के बाहर बैठ के कितना, मेरा कुछ रोल है, मैं शायद नहीं रहूंगा, नहीं बैठूंगा तो कंपनी चल जाएगी, तू नहीं रहेगा तो फिर मैं काम नहीं कर पाएगा, जो रोल है मजबूर है, डोंट थिंक दैट काम. Encourage them, take care of them, respect them, above all, love them. You have to love them. You have to love them. I purposely not said motivate them. मैंने ये नहीं बोला कि motivate them. For motivation per se, आपने मैनेजमेंट में पढ़ा होगा motivation. For motivation per se, in the expectation of getting something in return, तो मोटिवेट करने की बात करती है कि ज़्यादा प्रोडक्टिविटी देगा, ज़्यादा आउटपुट देगा, कंपनी ज़्यादा अच्छी चलेगी. So there is the expectation of something in return. It becomes a selfish act. कि मैं तुमको एक अवार्ड देता हूँ तो मुझे ज़्यादा प्रोडक्टिविटी. क्यों? हमारा कंडक्ट और हमारा एनवायरनमेंट भी ऐसा होना चाहिए कि आदमी खुद ब खुद मोटिवेट होकर जान लगा दे कंपनी को. The personal conduct and the environment that you create around you should be such that the men are encouraged from within to put in their life and soul in whatever they do. And remember, there is no higher trait than being genuine. It is the ultimate trait. Genuineness. I worked in various organizations. Been thrown out from places to places, 13 odd stations actually started from the south of India, east of India, central India. I was chairman of ITDC in 2001, youngest chairman in the country. And it was a big organization, big corporation, 34 hotels with 15,000 odd rooms and duty-free shops, transport, advertising agency, engineering setup, all that. But it was deeply ingrained. One day when the minister could not handle it, because the unions used to come to his chamber regularly. You have to tell me when I overstepped my time to that. And unions rose तमाशा करती थी, salary नहीं मिली. When he called me and told me, can you handle it? It was always my dream to handle a sick man. Knew nothing about hotel living, which was the primary basic concept. Knew only railway, rest from the railway at that time. But I knew this. चीजें हो सकती हैं. तो रॉकेट साइंस नहीं, रॉकेट साइंस शायद इसरो में है और भारत में काम करेंगे बाबा एटॉमिक रिसर्च सेंटर में, तो शायद आपको स्पेशलिस्ट होना पड़ेगा. डॉक्टर बनेंगे तो स्पेशलिस्ट होना, बट जनरली वैसे स्पेशलाइजेशन की आवश्यकता है. डीपली इंडेड deeply corrupt as fake organizations are. उनको याद है कि पहला एक काम किया था कि कंप्यूटर में बैठे और एक लिखा ऑपरेशन टर्न वर्ड बोला, ऑपरेशन टर्न लिखा, हमने स्टाफ को बुला लिया, my OSD, my PA and everybody sat down, together we filled up one A4 size sheet, उससे पॉइंट लिखे हुए थे, ऊपर ऑपरेशन टर्न डाउन था, वो शीट हमने बात करवा दी उसको रिकॉर्ड कर गेट टू दैट एंटायर ऑपरेशन. Then we put targets. 9/11 हो गया. Joint chairman immediately 9/11 happened. The tourism and hospitality industry collapsed all over the world. 2002-03 was the worst year in the history of tourism and hospitality all over the world because people stopped traveling. This happened. How do we handle it? I knew nothing about hotel rating. I had been given the mandate of making a profit there. 9/11 had happened. We are being sold. This investment was on. We are being sold. High loss. Organization was corrupt. 8,000 men. Morale was low. No money to pay salaries. How do you handle it? One was the operation turn on, जिससे पूरे स्टाफ को बुलाया. 3,000 आदमी बुलाए कमीशन हॉल में. उनसे बोला कि अगले साल टर्न आउट कर देंगे. We do it. We shall turn down. The company has no option. But if you ask me how, what is going on here? Turn down कर देंगे. हर हालत में अगले साल होना है. Called the entire staff and we said we will turn down. We will turn down next year. The promise, सब कुछ छोड़ के turn down करेंगे. And the most important thing was because everybody was under the shock of 9/11. ये पूरा tourism गिर गया. Foreign tourist arrivals गिर गए. क्या हुआ हमारा 5 star चाहिए? And I told them 9/11 नहीं हुआ. You all thought the chairman has gone mad. He said 9/11 नहीं हुआ. अभी तो हुआ. टीवी में देखा 9/11 नहीं हुआ. मैंने पूरे वर्ल्ड के हुआ. It must have happened to the entire world, entire India, everybody. It's happened. It's not happened for ITD. It's not happened for us. I refuse to accept. You also refuse to accept. थोड़ी देर बाद हो गया. They said yes, नहीं हो सकता. Then I said we have to turn down, but कुछ चीजें हैं, some promises which have to be taken from you. मैंने कहा I'll not milk this organization. I'll not make money out of this organization. मैं चोरी नहीं करूँगा. वादा करो कि आप लोग भी चोरी नहीं करोगे. You all understand? 3,000 लोग खड़े सामने. मैं वादा करूँ कोई चोरी नहीं करेगा. मैं फ्री में नहीं खाऊंगा इसको. किसी को कुछ मिसयूज नहीं करूंगा. प्रॉमिस करो तुम लोग भी नहीं करोगे. 1500 मिनरल वाटर बॉटल यूज होती थी इसको में पड़े पैसे स्टाफ. मैंने कहा मैं नलके से पानी पीऊंगा. आप सब भी नलके से पानी पीओगे. They all agreed to do whatever we wanted them to do. They were just waiting for someone to tell them to do it. Your staff waits for you to tell them to do it. They can do wonders. Okay, 2002-03, while every other hotel chain, the turnover went down by 10 to 20%. Hotel Ashoka Delhi grew by 67% in 2003. The best ever year, the worst ever year in the history of Ashoka for adjoining years. वो तब वो टाइम था जब मैं जाता था, वजू में जाता था मैं वहाँ पे जो टॉयलेट में जो बाहर स्वीपर था उससे और जाता था तो गले में हाथ डालता था. पूछता था कि यार कितना टारगेट है, कितना टर्नओवर करेंगे हम लोग यार, क्या 60 करेंगे, 60 कम करेंगे. And when the staff used to enter, we put a board there. कल का व्यापार. Everybody, this is the Japan turnover target क्या है? I used to enter my hotel, I used to ask the general manager. पहली बार पूछा, कल का ITC का turnover, कल कितना बिजनेस हुआ ITC? तो 100 जन है. तो अशोका का जीएम मुझसे ITC की पूछे. अगले से समझ आया. To find out what your competition is doing because you have to beat them. You have to beat them. दो बड़े टारगेट थे, पड़ गया. हमारे ट्रांसपोर्ट में कुछ और टारगेट था, बिग चीज है. And they all rose to the occasion and did it. But जब इतना मैच मिला था आपको समझ नहीं आता कहाँ से शुरू किया जाए. उसमें ये है कि कहीं से शुरू करो, बट शुरू करो. Don't get overawed by the problem. Similarly, I was heading the largest division of India, Indian Railways, the Delhi division, 50,000 men, just before Commonwealth. We were Brought there, December 2009, 4th October 2010 was the Commonwealth, beginning of the Commonwealth. The station was in shambles. I was told by the minister, "Daji, this station will take care. No money, तो सरकार में टेंडर नहीं होता कि कहाँ से रहेगा." That was the challenge. But 9 months we could do it. We could change the entire face of the station. Every single infrastructure in the station was sanctioned, tendered, built, rebuilt. Every single area of the station. I'll give you an example of it. बहुत गंदा हुआ था. Authorities of looking सरकारी because they're bound by a lot of rules and processes and they overshadow everything. Delivery को overshadow कर जाते हैं. हमको समझ नहीं आता पूरी लाइफ लॉन्ग की इम्पोर्टेंट क्या है. प्रोसेस से ठीक करने के लिए वो पशु में चली जाती है. तो हमने कहा कि सफाई करें, कैसे करें? I called, can you imagine, on the platform number 1, on the end of platform number 1, I went there and sat down on the जमीन, ground पर. सामने 500 सफाई वाले थे. मैंने बड़ी इज्जत की बात है, तो कॉमनवेल्थ गेम्स आ रहे हैं, स्टेशन इतना गंदा साफ होना चाहिए. जैसे झाड़ू नहीं है, सफाई के इक्विपमेंट्स नहीं है. अब मेरे पास एक तरीका था कि मैं प्रोजेक्ट रिपोर्ट बनाता कि कैसे साफ करना. प्रोजेक्ट रिपोर्ट बनने में कंसल्टेंट को लगा के 2-3 महीने प्रोजेक्ट रिपोर्ट बनती, उसका कार्रवाई शुरू करता सब कुछ निकल जाता. तो उनको बोला मैं तुमको झाड़ू दे सकता हूँ, मैं आपको क्लीनिंग मटेरियल दे पाऊंगा, मशीन दे पाऊंगा. बात इज्जत की है, इज्जत की, हम सबकी इज्जत की बात है. कॉमनवेल्थ करते हैं, चमचमाना चाहिए. पुलिस को सवाल था, वो किताब में बहुत बड़ी बात बोलती है, अपने इज्जत की बात आ गई. We'll do whatever you want. We'll चमका के रख देंगे. So as simple as that, no project report, no funds sought from anywhere, it just happened. Then we have another problem. There's a lot of overcharging by police at station. कैसे करें overcharging? अब सस्पेंड करते हो किसको, रेट सेक्शन में, तब पुलिस को बुलाया. Because overcharging मत करो. Please, don't do it. We have got guests coming to the country for the Commonwealth Games. 4 October तक तो मत करो. They agreed. They agreed. And they all got up and said, we will not overcharge. हमने उनको प्राइड दिया. रेलवे मित्र करके कुछ बैच बनाया, उनको पहनाया, उनको spend. It's all about the will to achieve, and that will has to be yours and yours only. And that is the most important component. Even with the best of resources, the best of minds, and the best of advisors, victory would be certain only if it is backed by sheer